Okay, so this is something I really wanted to do for a while, and I think it's something I want to do for technically all of the theme parks, but I'm gonna start with the most iconic theme park and tier list all of the rides at Magic Kingdom. I'm gonna be completely honest with my tier list. And I'm gonna start with the Jungle Cruise. Oh my god, this is hard. I really like the Jungle Cruise. I enjoy the Jungle Cruise. I get the comedy of the ride. I think it's funny. The Jungle Cruise for me is a tough one because when I was young, I went to Disney for the first time when I was 7 years old, and I don't really remember particularly liking this ride. And I remember as a kid even noticing like, hey, some of these animatronics don't even work. It is a longer ride. I have skipped it. I know it's just not like we're starting with an unpopular opinion, I feel. I know some people are so passionate about this ride that they know the entire script inside and out, but like, yes, it's a fun classic ride, but like, is this I would say this is a B tier ride for me. If the wait's super long, I would definitely skip it. I really enjoyed the Jingle Cruise for Christmas. I liked the overlay and stuff. It was fun. At the end of the day, if it's a ride that I'm like willing to skip, it just can't be S tier or A tier. You know, for me, this is definitely a solid B tier. Little Mermaid. Oh, wow. The first time I technically experienced this ride, because they do have it over at California Adventure, I kind of somehow stumbled upon it. I didn't know that ride was actually even there, but I remember walking around the park and I was like, wait, is this a ride here? And it showed like 5-minute wait, which is basically a walk on. And so we go and walk on it. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is like Haunted Mansion, like the ride mechanism, but it's Little Mermaid, and all the songs were fantastic. And it quickly became one of my favorite rides. I'm not gonna lie, I really love the Little Mermaid ride. And I'm not sure side by side comparison, what's the difference between the California Adventure version and the Magic Kingdom version. I really like this ride. It is a must ride for sure. Often it doesn't have a long wait time, but I feel like that's because they can get a lot of people through the ride. And like, also that being said, if it did have a long wait time, would I still wait for it? Yeah, I would. Definitely an S tier for me. I would just be more strategic on when I jump in line for that. Okay, we're gonna get into another unpopular opinion right off the bat. Dumbo. Okay, Storybook Land, I haven't really been there. I'm not gonna lie. I have been on Dumbo when it was by the castle, like way back in the day before they moved it, but I'm not gonna lie, since they moved it, haven't been on it. So, in general, Dumbo, do I like it? I absolutely hate this ride. I'm sorry, but I think even as a kid, I didn't really like it either. It's just you go in circles and then you can go up or down. It's just not my thing. Never really been into it. So it's definitely a C tier for me. Barnstormer. So remember when I said that I haven't been in that Storybook Land area? Yeah, I've never had the refusing to go in the area doesn't mean you didn't have the opportunity to ride it, but I didn't ride it ever. So it's just never rode it category. I can't speak on it. Should I go ride it and experience at least once? Yes, I should. I should do that so I can at least have opinions about these rides. But for so many of my trips, I'm always like wanting to get as much done as possible throughout the day. If I'm not really super interested in a ride, then why am I going to spend time to get in line for that ride I'm not super interested in, you know? So I never rode it. I'm sorry. And same with Astro Orbiter. I don't think I've ridden it. Maybe at the Disneyland location, but even then, I don't think I have. So it was always a ride I skipped. I've never waited in line for it. Even if I walked past it and had a 5-minute wait, I still wouldn't. It wasn't until more recently when I was working on a video for Indigo Park that I realized that this ride actually had an elevator you had to take up to get to the queue. And part of the queue was before the elevator, and then part of the queue is after the elevator. I had no idea because I never rode it. But anyways, definitely, I never rode a category. Next is the Tomorrowland Speedway, and I have ridden this, but at the end of the day, it is a ride that I skip. I don't like being in the driver's seat at all to begin with anyways, so for me, I'm just a little passenger princess on this ride, and that kind of probably takes away more of the experience compared to other people who have the opportunity to drive these little cars. So for me, this is definitely a C tier. It'd definitely be in front of Dumbo because like they do make it themed and cute for the holidays, so I'm gonna give them that, but like it's still C tier, you know? Okay, next on our list is Space Mountain. And Space Mountain, particularly in Magic Kingdom, is the Space Mountain where you sit one in front of the other. And for that reason there, I don't like this Space Mountain option in comparison to other parks around the world. I've been to Space Mountain in Disneyland Paris, and I've been on the Space Mountain at Disneyland in Anaheim as well. In comparison, I don't like it as much, but as Space Mountain in general at Magic Kingdom, compared to the other rides in Magic Kingdom, I do really still love the ride. During the Halloween party in 2022, I went on this ride and it was completely blacked out, which was really cool. I also went on it during the Christmas party as well in 2023, and they had cool Christmas lights and songs in there, and I thought that was really fun. I like how they can do different things to make it festive for the holidays. Definitely A tier. I wouldn't skip out on Space Mountain even if it had a long line. I'm definitely going to make sure I find a way to ride it at least once on my trip. Tron. I've literally only rode Tron one time, period. That was it. It was in the evening. It was actually also during the Christmas party I attended. That was it. That was the only opportunity I had to ride Tron. I didn't experience in the daytime. I heard it's better at night. I do remember it being very short, but I really enjoyed it. The one time I rode it, definitely S tier. Is it better than Space Mountain? Space Mountain, I've been on it so many times. I've enjoyed it so many times. There's like that childhood nostalgia as well that goes with Space Mountain, so I'll definitely put it here right after Space Mountain. Oh my god, another unpopular opinion. I think the problem is I have too many unpopular opinions, and that's just gonna be who I am as a person. I think the biggest reason I don't like Monsters Inc. Laugh 4 is because I am absolutely terrified of being that one person that gets picked on in these types of shows. Like, I like the experience, but if you could get like a sticker that says like, please don't talk to me, I'm not kidding, don't, I would be totally fine going in these experiences and knowing that there is absolutely no way possible that I can ever be picked on. I don't know, maybe I should give it another chance. I haven't been on the ride since, also, is that a ride? I haven't been on that since like 2018. Yeah, but for the time being, I am gonna put it in C tier because it just gives me so much anxiety, but I've also changed a lot as a person since 2018, so maybe it's not so bad. So I'm gonna put it right here. Oh my god, I was like, what ride is this? Like, doesn't even look like anything I've ever been on, because I haven't. Another one I haven't gone on, Aladdin's Magic Carpets. It's, to me, this is like Dumbo. What's the point of standing in line for Dumbo and also standing in line for Aladdin's Magic Carpets? And surprisingly, this ride has such a long wait. Why even bother? If it's like a 35-40 minute wait, why are you here? Go somewhere else. I don't know why people ride it, and not a fan. Just not a fan. Yeah, I'm gonna say C tier, but I've never been on it. I can't say something C tier that I've never been on. Big Thunder Railroad. Okay, so I really do enjoy this ride, but not as much as a lot of people. It's really rough and rocky, and I know they've closed it down for like a year to like redo the track and potentially like hopefully fix all that type of stuff so it's more smooth and more enjoyable. For that reason though, I'm just like, is this worth it? Like, you know, it really rattles you up. Like, what did they say? If you have like kidney stones or something to go on this ride, because it like gets rid of them because it rattles you so much. Wild, crazy. It's still a lot of fun. I still really enjoy it, and I still think it's like really nostalgic for me, but it's not S tier. Maybe when they fix the track and everything's a lot more smoother and more enjoyable, and maybe they'll like update the queue. I don't know. But for me right now, as it is, it's definitely going to be an A tier. I would put after Tron. Even though I only went on Tron once, I feel like my future experience of Tron, I would still like it more than being rattled around on Big Mountain Thunder Railroad. Okay. Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion, as you can imagine, since I ranked Ariel's Little Mermaid rides so high, I love the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion is one of my favorite rides. The one thing I don't like about the Disney World one is I don't like the outside of the building as much as Disneyland, but it's still really cool. Like, this is the building that they based like the movies off of, but I do really like the New Orleans theming that they have over at Disneyland, but I love it nonetheless. So it's definitely going to be S tier, and I'll put it in front of Little Mermaid for sure. The Carousel. Oh, okay. I'm not really a carousel person for a lot of reasons, mainly because I get motion sickness. And I know you might be thinking like, Mel, why do you go on rides, period, if you get motion sickness? Because they don't really bother me at all, other than a few, like the carousel that spins you in circles over and over and over and over again. And the last time I went to Disney, not the last time, I lied, the time before that, my last day, my last night, I was like, I'm gonna go on the carousel carousel because I hardly ever go on the carousel, and it's so cute and adorable and it's a vibe, and I just want to do it. And I went on it. It was near the very end of the night, and I literally got so motion sickness. I felt like I kind of ruined the rest of my night by doing that. I ended up getting better, or I just told myself I was better and just continued on. I don't know, but I shouldn't have gone on it. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's definitely C tier for me at the bottom because it made me motion sick. It's a small world. Okay, it's a small world. I know a lot of people hate it because it's annoying and it's long, and you go on the ride and you think it's going to be quick because there's like no lineup, but then it takes forever to get off the ride because all the boats are backed up. I get it. There's mixed opinions about this ride, but I think this is one of the most spectacular, amazing, wonderful rides at the Disney parks, especially at Magic Kingdom, especially at Disneyland, which is the only two I've ever been on. So that's all that matters. I love this ride a lot. If it's a 5-minute wait, a 15-minute wait, a 30-minute wait, I'm going to ride it. I'm going to make sure I get on that ride multiple times too. I think because the line can be so short, it's just like a quick one to jump on, especially at the end of the night. It's just fun. I love this ride so much. I will definitely put it S tier. It's going to be at the very end of my S tier ranking though, but it's definitely S tier for me. The teacups. Oh, the teacups. How I hate the teacups. But I mean, as you can imagine, I just talked about how I get motion sickness. I've been on the teacups like probably my first trip ever to Magic Kingdom when I was younger, and I was like, no, you know what? It's not for me because I go with family members who say they're not going to spin it and they do spin it. So definitely for me, C tier. Should I put it? I think I'll put it here because yes, I've been on it and it made me feel unwell, but I didn't get fully motion sick from it as I did with the carousel. That one fateful night. Winnie the Pooh. Is this the right sign that they have at Magic Kingdom? I feel like this is the sign they have at Disneyland. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's just a photo melt. It's not really a big deal. Like, chill. Winnie the Pooh, I would definitely rate highly. I love this ride. I think it's a lot of fun. I would ride it multiple times. I think it's super cute when you bounce around with Tigger. I think it's just a super fun experience. I wouldn't say it's S tier though. I would say, wow, this is actually hard to put in the spot. Definitely A tier, but I would put in front of Big Thunder Mountain. Yeah, I feel like that's right for me. Peter Pan's Flight, oh my god. Is it loved by so many fans, or does it have a long wait because the capacity per hour is low? Have we thought about that? Because it does. It always has a long wait, consistently always. And then people know it has a long wait, so they get in that line no matter what the wait time is, so they can experience it because they know the wait's not going to go lower later. And everybody goes to that ride like immediately when the park opens to get it kind of done and over with and reduce their potential wait time. Is it that loved of a ride? I don't know. For me, I feel like this is another B tier one that if the wait is like 75 minutes, which I've seen it like high, like 90-minute wait for Peter Pan's Flight, I'm not gonna wait for it. It's a skip for me. I've skipped it in the past. I'm not kidding. Like, obviously it's a fun experience and I enjoy it when I do go on it, but if I miss it completely, like it's not a make or break for me, you know? Like, so for that reason, it's a B tier. Higher B tier than Jungle Cruise because I still really enjoy it. Oh, I really enjoy both of those. But like, I could skip them. This logic's not even making any sense, Belle. Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Technically, I haven't been on this ride. I've been on Splash Mountain, and if Splash Mountain still exists, that would be like probably my favorite ride. Yeah. It doesn't exist anymore. So it has to be on Never Rode It because I haven't been there since it opened. Seven Doors Mine Train. Surprisingly, I really enjoy this one. I know there's all these mixed opinions about this ride as well. I think if you go on this roller coaster knowing it's like a family-friendly roller coaster, like similar to Space Mountain or similar to obviously mostly all Disney roller coasters, they're all meant to be family-friendly, then you can have that appreciation and not expect it to be too thrilling and crazy. And you're like, no, this was like fun. Like I enjoyed that. And then you get to see like the animatronics like in the mines areas and get to see them at the end and like the cabin, the little house, and it's cute. Like I like it. I just like how they have the animatronics in there. I like going inside the mine. I think it's such a cool experience overall. I'd put it right here in between Space Mountain and Tron. Yeah, I feel like that's a good fit for it. And Buzz Lightyear Space Command. I don't remember what this is called. I don't care what it's called because I'm gonna ride it regardless. It's an enjoyable ride. I would ride it every single time, no matter what. I'll never skip it. I like the shooting style type rides. That's just what I gravitate towards. Yes, it could be better. Like it doesn't have to be a conveyor belt type of ride, but I still enjoy it. I still think it's a fun time. I'll definitely put it in A tier at the end of A tier though. Peoplemover. Peoplemover is definitely a ride I wouldn't skip. I don't know if it would be, this is a tough one for me because I don't know if it would be so much. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking, this is a tough one. This is a real tough one. Did I say this is a tough one? This wouldn't be like 100% S tier as compared to the 3 that I already have there. Because Peoplemover, yeah, I would ride it no matter what, like I also would with everything in A tier. You know what? I'd put Peoplemover at the beginning here, right? Yeah, Peoplemover and then Space Mountain. It is very enjoyable. I like going on the Peoplemover. I think it's really relaxing. Now that I'm like placing that there, I feel like the Carousel of Progress would be like somewhere in this area as well if it was listed as a ride on here, which is funny because Laugh Floor is listed as a ride, but Carousel of Progress is not. Kind of weird. Anyways, also, why isn't the train on here? Okay, that's fine. We don't have the train for some reason. I feel like the train would be B tier if it was there. I'm just like adding in rides as we're going, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not here. It is what it is. And finally, Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. This is tough. It's gonna be obviously S tier. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It was by far my favorite ride, like ever since the first time I ever went to Disneyland. And according to my mother, I rode on this like 20,000 times that trip over and over and over again. Do I like it more than Haunted Mansion or less than Haunted Mansion? I gotta think specifically of the Magic Kingdom version. But the queue is really immersive. Well, the elevator is really cool at Haunted Mansion. Okay, I got it. That took me a while. But I would put Pirates of the Caribbean right here. I would say by far my favorite ride is Haunted Mansion. It's gonna have to be because of the elevator in addition to the ride itself. But anyways, I think this was really fun. I like doing this. I like tier listing everything and kind of saying my thoughts out loud of exactly where everything should go. I'd like to do this for the other parks, for sure, of all the other Disney World parks and Disneyland parks and Universal parks and everything like that. But anyways, thanks guys so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it, and take it easy.